Hey everybody, this is Joel Toppin here, and I got a package in the mail from Multiman Publishing. Actually, I got a couple packages this week. First one I'm going to show you is Stonewall Jackson's Way 2, The Battles of Bull Run. Now this is actually the second edition of this particular game. First edition came out from Avalon Hill back in I think either early 90s or late 80s, and it's part of a series of games. I happen to be fortunate enough to own all of the games in the series. You can see the series consists of a couple games where Stonewall Jackson is the centerpiece. So Stonewall Jackson's Way, Stonewall's Last Battle, Stonewall in the Valley. And then you have On to Richmond, Roads to Gettysburg, and Here Come the Rebels. All of these games really focus on the Eastern campaigns in the American Civil War. And the series is called Great Campaigns of the American Civil War. Multiman Publishing has produced a couple other games subsequent to those, and that is Grant Takes Command, which is the Overland campaign in 1864, as well as Battle Above the Clouds, the first game to feature a battle or a major campaign in the West. So that is the series for which this particular game comes from. Okay, so let's go ahead and look and see what comes inside the box. The cover art, first of all, is pretty stunning. Really nice cover art here. It kind of fits the new the look that the most recent games from this series have taken. So graphically, it's got some continuity there. So here's what comes inside the box. You have a components listing here, dice, blue and white instead of red and white like normally with Multiman Publishing. Pretty hefty playbook that is glossy print and consists of 68 pages. Now this is just campaign information, scenario information, special rules that would pertain to certain scenarios and or campaigns. And it's really two games in one. One game focuses on First Bull Run, which is called All Green Alike, and then the second one is Stonewall Jackson's Way, which is Second Bull Run or Second Manassas. So there's the playbook, really nice. The rules, they're really not difficult. This is version 1.2 of the series rules, and I'm pretty sure you can retrofit these rules to the earlier games. You got a table on the back. I like it when they make use of that on the back of a rule book. But the body of rules is not it's not something that's very hard to get into. 26 pages worth of rules. Real straightforward stuff. It's a pretty easy series to learn, and there's lots of examples in here. And again, it's a full color rule book. Good examples of play. Something that's not hard to learn. And then the information from here is going to be built upon in the playbook. Got a couple sets of counters here. Let's see how many sheets we have. This is sheet number 1. You can see the counter art has changed since the Avalon Hill editions, and also since Grant Takes Command. Grant Takes Command, the style of counters was very similar to the Avalon Hill printings. This one here, and again, I apologize for the shakiness of the camera. I'm doing this with my iPad. But the style of the counters here is going to be exactly the same as what you're going to find in Battle Above the Clouds. So I really like the new style. And the counter sheets here look just fantastic. Alright, so let's go on and dive deeper in here. You have a set of charts. They're full color, printed on nice cardstock, semi-gloss. And this is pretty much all the charts you need to play the series. There might be a few special charts for a scenario or two that are in the rule book, but for the most part, you're just going to use that. This is really kind of cool to see, because this is the first time we're seeing new printing of old maps. The Avalon Hill maps were actually quite striking, but the new printings are even clearer to read than the Avalon Hill ones. Sometimes the Avalon Hill maps, it was a little unclear in areas, what was clear terrain and what was, I can't remember the exact terrain type, but you see here the clear terrain like hex, was that 4517? That'd be like open terrain. And then you see these with the light blue or light green blotches on it. Sometimes that was a little unclear to see in the Avalon Hill printing. So it's nice to see that's very crystal clear in this particular printing. So that's you're going to get 2 of these maps, and unlike the Avalon Hill printing, these are, you don't have to do your own cutting. The Avalon Hill editions, you actually had to slice the maps to get them to adjoin properly. Second counter sheet has the generic strength point markers and the ubiquitous fatigue markers, which are a major part of the game. A couple control markers and system markers here, but this is mostly looks like the generic strength points. You have another set of charts here that have the standard terrain effects. So let's go ahead and look at those. You can see here there's several types of terrain that are common throughout the system. Clear, rolling, and rough. Again, it's much easier to see in the Multiman Publishing edition of this than in the Avalon Hill. At least to my eyes anyways. That looks really nice. So there you have it. You have a chart here for keeping your forces. If you got a lot of units in the same area, you can substitute them for force counters. You can also use these displays for optional Fog of War rules, which are recommended. And you track victory points, man point losses. You got your movement track here. A turn track for the Stonewall Jackson's Way 2 campaign. And then you have another one of these for the Union player, all green alike. And it's got the turn track, I should say, for all green alike, which is first bull run. And then you also have the morale track for all green alike, and the force display for the Union, which will be used in both games. Here's the second map. And again, you can see the differential between the different types of terrain. It's so much easier to read. Here's a really good example. You see at Vienna here, it's very obvious that that's open with a small township in it, and then you have the rolling in hex 5215, and then 5115 you see the rough. This is going to be a joy to play on. And in fact, I don't remember. I'd have to actually check, but I'm pretty sure that that one of these maps, at least the south map, is the same one that's used in Stonewall's Last Battle, which would be kind of cool to play that on the new artwork. Okay, we got one more counter sheet to look at here. This is the manpower strength points for the Confederacy, as well as fortification counters, etc. So there you have it. You get 3 counter sheets. Great artwork. And you get a second set of charts and tables identical to the first, so each player has their own. And that is Stonewall Jackson's Way 2, what comes inside the box. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next one, I'm going to show you, take a look at Special Operations Magazine number 4, which also came in the mail this week.